Good evening, YouTube. It's me again, back with another bathroom shower curtain video. Just a little humor here. I always say that I really don't want to. I'm not sure about what I'm going to talk about. Whatever pops into my head or how I feel is when I feel like recording, and I felt like sharing a little something about myself. I've been noticing on social media that brothers have been complaining about black women in their hair, in their makeup. I just want to share a little something from the hair point of view. I myself, I have done everything you could possibly do to your hair. I have had done. I can remember as far back as a little girl, wearing braids, Afro puffs, sitting in the kitchen, in the chair, and mother got the straightening comb. And sometimes I think about it, I still flinch from the many burns I got on my ear, on my neck, flinching from the hot comb. Then there was for those you who are old enough to remember, when relaxers came in a bottle and they smelled really, really, really bad, the Vigoro perms. I had those. I had the box relaxers. Adolescents, starting from maybe 8th grade, Jerry curl. Now, Jerry curl from 8th grade all the way that I graduated from high school back in 1987. And then a little bit after I graduated. And then from there was relaxers. And then from relaxers, it was, I've had my share of extensions. Sew in, glue in, a few times. That was after I got married. The last time I had extensions was exactly May 2013. That was the last time I had it, and that was sewing. And with the relaxers, it's more of a hate, more hate than love, because no matter what I do, if I don't scratch my scalp, guaranteed after, during the procedure, I'm going to afterward with some scabs. If I do or I don't, it's either way. And the last time that I had a relaxer put in, I had scabs so bad around my hairline. I mean, I had to, and when I was done getting my hair done, I got my touch up and I got a rinse put in my hair. When I got home, I had to pop 2 Advils. That's how bad the pain was, and I was kind of shaking. That kind of scared me. And in between that time, it was like early winter 2016. For me, relaxers don't last too long with me. They don't. I mean, in the beginning, it's kind of okay. But then somewhere in the middle and the end, it gets, it just doesn't last long for me. And when it was getting towards the end, I said, I got to make an appointment, get a touch-up. I really don't want to. And I've been, tossing around the idea of wearing my hair natural, thinking about it. Not because I was shamed in doing that. I will talk about that later on, but I just want to get this story out. So I wasn't really sure. I said, maybe I'll wait until this time. Maybe I'll wait until that. So I prolonged it long enough. I went out there and did something I thought I would never do again, which is purchase a wig. I wore that wig from May 2016 until one Saturday in March. Why I picked that day? Because it was the coldest day there was to ditch the wig. I had cut my hair down as much as I possibly could. I'm not a stylist. I cut it down as much as I could. And I've been wearing it like this for 2 years. And the one thing that people don't tell you about going natural, you get the most flack from your own people. I don't really care what other people say. I know non-black folks are going to say something about your hair. They don't know what it is to have our type of hair. But when you get the looks in the comments from your own, that really hurts. Even if it's your own relative. My own mother, well, in her case, no matter what I do, she's never satisfied. She looked at me with a frown. I'm like, why are you wearing your hair like that? You should get a weave. You should get a relaxer. And please don't come out here leaving no nasty comments about my mother. Okay, my mother's an older woman. She comes from a different time era where they were ashamed of their hair. And everyone that is watching this video know older people, how they feel about our hair. So that hurt from her, and it hurt from hearing from other people. When I go to work, women were staring at me like, she's wearing her hair natural. Because the majority of the women I work with, black women, they wear perms. They'll rock a weave, whether sewing or gluing. Or they will buy a wig. And since I've been wearing my hair like this, I've been noticing, people look sometime. I remember once I was in the bank, it was payday, and I was taking money out the bank, and I was in front of a coworker, and she looked at me and said, the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Well, I'm not going to wear my hair like that until I'm 60, like I asked her to do it. This is my choice. Has it been easy? No, it hasn't been easy. That has not been easy. And for anybody who says anything, like you're going to go back to, no, I'm not going to go back to a perm. I can't go back to that. I can't. I can't do it. I can't go through the process of putting that stuff on and then worrying about having scabs in my head and dealing with that. I can't deal with that. What I mean by it's hard is when you do go natural, you do spend a lot of money on different products trying to see which one is going to work with your hair because you're starting over. And I understand some women don't want to do that, and that's their choice. I don't shame them for choosing relaxer. I mean, would I prefer that more women would, decide to go natural? That'd be great, but you can't force people to do something they don't want to do. If they stay, getting the perm, that's their choice. I'm not here to shame nobody on what they decide to put on their head or on their face. But for me, it's been trial and error. I have spent a lot of money trying to figure out what works with my hair. And to come to find out, it's not the product. For me, it's partially the product, but it's the water. The water where I live, you can smell the chlorine as soon as you run the tap. And I had to go so far as to order a filter, a shower head with a filter to, get the chemicals out of the water. And I've been using that since March 2019. I can't tell you how it's, working for my hair because it's only a short amount of time. I guess I won't really see a significant difference until the end of this year or maybe next year. See how that goes. But, and the one thing I also want to talk about is this myth that you brothers have. The ones that come on, I prefer a woman to wear her hair natural. I prefer and everything. And no disrespect, that's your preference. But to be honest, I've been wearing my hair natural for 2 years. The only black man that ever complimented me was a man who was old enough to be my father. That's it. Have I had, occasionally I get approached. I may not be somebody's cup of tea, but I'm not ugly. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm all that because everybody has their preference. But I haven't seen like a steady stream. I haven't been beating brothers off with a stick since I went natural. So that's a lie within itself. To me, it's a lie. If it isn't, then you tell me differently. But I'm still in a way struggling because I want to do what I can to to grow my hair out and make sure it stays healthy and has enough moisture in it. Eventually, I would like to look like this shower curtain. That's just, if I wish my hair was that full and that high. I really wish it was. But that's my take on it. And the other reason why I did want to try going natural is because of my cousin. My cousin Diana, she didn't keep it too long, but when she had it, she looked great. She cut her hair short and afro, and it was in the summertime. She lightened it because she's lighter than me. So it looked good on her. She looked really pretty. And then the next time I saw her, this is like 7 years ago, next time I saw her, she slapped a relaxer in her head, and I asked her, what'd you do that for? Oh, I didn't want to wind up looking like Django. But you can't force people to do things. That's what I'm trying to say. You pro-black brothers, the way you go on and you shame black women for wearing wigs or weaves, you know, and perms and all that. You shame them for the makeup. But the thing that pisses me off the most about that, and you brothers, you have a right to your opinion. You never ask. I mean, that's the thing that really bothers me. You never ask. Have you ever asked one of these women like who do these tutorials, what is this for? Have you ever watched one to figure out why they're putting this on, why they're putting that, and using your common sense, looking at these pictures, knowing this is not an everyday look that a woman will wear out to work with the really long lashes and the highlight and all that? That is not a look that I've seen where I work at. That's something if she's going out, or that's just a look they created for that video. But you take that and you run with it. You make commentaries, you make lives about it. You make it like this big deal. And you make women feel, you try to shame women into changing them. That I don't understand. I mean, I have no complaints about you all. I mean, if there's one complaint, but it has nothing to do with hair or what you put on, well, it kind of does. I get tired of seeing grown black men in their 30s and 40s and beyonds rocking baseball caps all the time. I get tired of that. I get tired of seeing some of them walk around with pants hanging off their ass. I get tired of that. Have I jumped on YouTube and made a tutorial? I mean, not a tutorial, I made a commentary about it. If I ever decide to go live, have I ever did a live with a couple of black ones say, yeah. I don't like that either. I don't do that. But as I said, you're entitled to your opinion, just like I am. I mean, I wear it, but I don't wear the highlight. I don't have those extra long baby doll false lashes. Even though I like the look, I can't wear them. If I did start wearing lashes, they'd be like the natural ones. But you have no right to shame women for what they wear, because to be honest, the women that know natural, I'm a natural beauty, no makeup, natural hair, percentage of them, I don't know what the percentage is, but ones I've seen, they're swirlers. Can y'all explain that? You can't explain it. But you go on and complain about it. And another thing that bothers me is when the women complain about it. I don't wear makeup. They make it sound like it's the worst thing in the world. All right, you don't wear it, but tell the truth. Maybe you don't wear it because you don't know how to apply it. You got time to get your nails done. You got time to slap on some false lashes. That's another thing that bothers me. When I see a sister with long lash extensions and no eye makeup, which looks strange. But do you see me walk up on them like and say anything? No, I just shake my head and keep going. Well, what I'm trying to say is we focus too much on the outer appearance of somebody. You might be missing out on someone because you don't want to be associated with them. And another thing I want to bring up, and I want y'all to think about this, when we were little, and it was wrong for us to do this, we made fun of each other's hair. I remember that. I remember the trick was, you would walk up on somebody and you would put your hand as close as you could to their hair, and you pull it back like you just touched a hot stove or you cut yourself a glass. I remember all the jokes about, you got peas and everything, and just saying horrible things about each other's hair. I bet the ones that were doing it back then, they got the nerve to make channels and say how much they love natural hair and everything else. I bet you when they were little, they did the same damn thing. But they won't admit it. But I hate to go round and around. I'm going to try to wrap this up as soon as I can. This is like the longest I've ever been talking about something. Like I said, it's a process for me, and I'm trying my best to stick to it. Has it been easy? No, it hasn't. Am I frustrated? Yes, I am, because I want to try all those different styles. You can do it. Natural hair, and my hair is 4C, and it's really, the curl pattern is really, really tight. I try to pick it out, and then a few seconds later, it's going back in. The only time I really see how long it's grown is when I wash it and I run the comb and detangle it. But that won't last too long, because the next thing I know, it's drawn back in. So I'm back to square one, but I'm not gonna quit. I'm trying my best to do right by my hair, and see where it goes. And I appreciate you for taking the time and listening to the video. and hearing me, you know, give my 2 cents on the whole thing.